Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Estêvão Williams and talk about the latest regarding this player and a potential move to FC Barcelona. Later in the video, we're also going to be talking about Ansu Fati and Cubarsi. There's going to be plenty to discuss for today's video. Everything is going to be organized on the timeline down below. So if you guys are Barcelona fans, this is going to be the channel for you. So I do hope that you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys want to support this YouTube channel, please like this video and also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. So let's first talk about Estêvão Williams. Estêvão Williams is a 17-year-old Brazilian right winger that just turned 17, by the way, back on April 24th. He currently does play in the Brazilian league for Palmeiras, and he has a contract with them until June 30th, 2026. Many clubs right now do want Estêvão Williams because of how great he is. Teams like Arsenal, City, PSG, and Chelsea are really eyeing this player. There's also another club there that has $1.50 to bid for the player, which is FC Barcelona. Estêvão Williams just made his first team move after coming off from the under-20 team back on January 18th, 2024. And ever since he joined the first team this year, he has been doing so amazing. If you could look at his goals here, you can see that he has played a total of 18 matches this year and has scored 7 goals and provided 3 assists as a right winger. So on average, he is scoring a goal or providing an assist every 120 minutes. He's very efficient, very effective, and that is why teams like Arsenal, City, PSG, Chelsea, and Barcelona do want the Brazilian right winger. Keep in mind that he does play with Endrick, a player that has already signed with Real Madrid. And recently on May 2nd, he was playing for the Brazil Cup, and against Botafogo, he had an amazing performance that really called many teams in Europe. In that game against Botafogo, he had 11 dribbles, 6 key passes, and scored the last minute winner. It probably is his best match so far in professional football. And just to give you guys an idea on where Estêvão likes to play on the right wing, this is going to be his heat map. It's very much like Lamine Yamal. I would say that he's a little wider. He does like to touch the sidelines way more, but overall, the styles between Estêvão Williams and Lamine Yamal are almost the same. To describe this player, he is an inside forward, a player with low center of gravity, great body balance. He can change his pace very fast. His coordination with the ball is also amazing. He's a creative player with amazing technical abilities. He usually does like to play very free attacking football when he does have the ball in the final third. He also likes to do 1-2s with his teammates, and so in terms of like supporting one of your teammates, he's always going to be there. So can you imagine what Vitor Roque and Estêvão Williams can do in about 3 years or 4 years together when they do play together at Barcelona? So he usually does like using his skills to beat defenders, cut inside, and create opportunities where he can take a shot from outside the box. He is not a player that is afraid to take long shots. This guy here really does like to test himself. Now, like I've said, Chelsea are the ones that are very close on signing Estêvão. It says here, according to Mateo Moreto, that Chelsea are in advanced negotiations for the Brazilian player, who has also been linked heavily to FC Barcelona. Both parties have practically reached an agreement. Some details, though, are still pending between the two clubs. It has also been reported by Fabrizio Romano that the overall deal is going to be 32 million euros plus add-ons and maybe some variables. I'm assuming that the variables and add-ons are going to be like reaching 25 million euros. And so when you combine 25 million euros with the 32 million euros, you're going to be getting around 60 to 65 million euros for the player, because that is how much Barcelona are also supposed to pay if they do want to grab him. Now you may say, but Kevin, don't you think it would be a great idea to like forget about Silva and forget about spending 50 million euros on Silva and just use those funds, add another 10 million and go for Estêvão? And here's the thing, right? For Barcelona to spend another 60 million euros on another Brazilian talent would be wild, because we have already done that with Vitor Roque, and his talent is going to be locked in. We know that Vitor Roque is going to be so successful at Barcelona, but for Barcelona to do that again and to spend another 60 million euros, I don't think they're going to do that. I think that what this summer is going to be a summer where they're going to be saying, okay, look, we cannot invest heavily on future talents just for now, for this summer. What we have to do is use this summer to invest heavily to be strong next season and for the season after that. So it's hard for Barcelona to compete with Chelsea to sign Estêvão, because we are currently looking at a CDM. We don't know if it's Zubimendi or Kimmich, and then we're also looking at signing Silva, and then a left winger, and then also permanently sign Cancelo, and then maybe even a striker. And then that's where we can have conversations about, okay, what type of talents can we afford right now? And to be looking at Estêvão Williams at 60 million euros, I just don't see that happening. Now, Estêvão Estêvão can be patient because he's not going to be leaving this summer. He can't. He's 17 years old. If you want to leave Brazil and go to Europe, you have to be 18 years old. I think that if Estêvão truly is a Barcelona fan and really does want to play for Barcelona, he would reject all offers this summer. I understand that yes, there's advanced talks like what we have talked about with Chelsea. Maybe there has been talks with City, but still, if he truly does want to wait for Barcelona, I think that he should just wait for the next year, which is 2025 in January, where he can start talks with other clubs and maybe talk with FC Barcelona by that time, and then bring him in the summer of 2025. But I don't know, because you hear this, right, about how there's an advance agreement. We don't know how long Estêvão could wait, but it does say here, according to Roger Torreo, that Estêvão remains in Barcelona's list. As of till date, neither the player nor his agent have shown any forms of urgency on leaving Brazil, being clear that his wish is to still wear the Barcelona jersey. And so again, it's going to be up to the player. If they want to find a deal now in the summer, then Barcelona cannot win this. Like, you might as well just forget about it. So patience. We'll see what happens as this operation continues to progress. Whatever happens, we will be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. Moving on towards Ansu Fati, and it says here, according to multiple sources within Spain, Ansu Fati would like to stay at Barcelona. That's his intentions as of today. His idea is to come back in the summer and do preseason under the orders of Xavi Hernandez. And this is going to be the biggest question for you guys, right? Would you guys give Ansu Fati a second chance to return back to Barcelona? Because if Ansu stays and he truly says to Xavi, and he says, I want to have one more season with you, I want to convince you, and he stays, the competition for him is going to be even greater, because you're talking about him competing against Rafinha, who has been doing amazing on the left wing, and then also competing with whoever we're going to be signing on the left wing. It could be Nico Williams. And so you're telling me that Ansu Fati is going to be third within the pecking order, assuming that he does not change? Because if Ansu Fati really wants to make an impact at Barcelona and be better than Rafinha or whoever that new left winger is going to be, he's going to have to average like 1 goal per 90 minutes. That has to be Ansu Fati's game. It just has to. Either a goal or a assist per 90 minutes. And right now, I just don't see that coming from Ansu. I understand that we need to have patience with certain players, but this summer, there is money to be made and wages to release. Right now, Barcelona is in a position where they cannot really afford to have players try to prove their worth while at the same time taking resources. You're allowed to take resources from Barcelona if you work at the required level of like high tempo, high efficiency, in goal, pressing well. But Ansu Fati does not give you that. There's a big reason why Ferran Torres is going to be put on the market this summer, is because he does not give us the required high tempo, high efficiency, the pressing, the goals, and everything all around. I kind of do really hate talking about this because, you know, Ansu Fati is a player that I really do adore, a player that I really did think was going to be one of the best players in the world. He was given the number 10 at Barcelona. He was named as the Messi replacement, not in terms of like level, but in terms of who is going to be the next big face of Barcelona. It was Ansu. And I hate talking about how Ansu Fati should not even be at Barcelona because he does not give you the required level. We know that it's because of injuries, but that's football. And so I think that if Ansu Fati really wants to have that chance to continue at Barcelona in some capacity, it should just be another loan move in this summer, whether it's at Ajax, Dortmund, or Bayer Leverkusen. Lastly, I do want to quickly talk about Cubarsi. And it says here that Cubarsi's renewal is now getting closer. Negotiations have gone very well and an agreement is reached. Barcelona wants to settle the final details this week, maximum by next week. But this subject won't go any further than that. And so I'm proud that Cubarsi is going to be having his renewal. He really did make a name for himself this season, and I'm very much looking forward to what he's going to be bringing to us next season. It's also going to be very interesting whether Cubarsi is going to be a starter or not. And I believe that yes, he will be a starter, but it's very important for us to find a backup to Cubarsi. And the only player that I can think of, it is Mikhail Faye. Out of all of these youngsters that we are trying to renew, I do believe that Cubarsi is the most important one, and Barcelona are getting it done. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.